How to find your purpose as a man. Someone recently emailed me asking about how they could find their purpose as a man. I told them that your purpose isn't found in a book or a podcast. It's what shows up when you stop lying to yourself about what you really want in life. Most men never find their purpose because they spend their entire lives chasing the version of themselves that the world rewards instead of who their soul respects. So, if you stay till the end, I'm going to show you the number one question that instantly exposed my real purpose and why we've all been blind to it our entire lives as men. And I want to share something I wish someone told me years ago. After I hit all my goals with making money, getting the status, and living the lifestyle that I wanted, I still found myself asking, why am I still creating videos? Why am I still creating content? And why am I still, actively, engaging with the people that need help from me? When I was doing events, some of the events that I was doing wasn't making money. I lost money doing a lot of those events. That single question changed everything for me. So if you ever felt lost or you felt like you're chasing the next win to feel something again, the next four questions are going to bring you back to your real purpose. Without a conscious life purpose, a man is totally lost, drifting, adapting to events rather than creating events. And this quote is from David Dita, one of my favorite authors from the book, The Way Superior Man. Here's the four questions that point you towards your purpose. And number one is the pain test. What problems do you hate seeing in others because you lived them yourself? And for my example, the reason why I'm still creating these videos and giving out advice is because I spent so much time, money, energy, and heartbreaks not knowing what I needed to know sooner. The biggest reason why I create this type of content for men and give advice to men is because I don't want them to waste years of their life chasing the wrong women. I don't want them to experience a heartbreak and not know what to do or not know the right moves. I don't want guys, losing their dream girl because of simple things that they should have known before. This is something I wasn't taught, right? And the people around me wasn't taught either. Now, realizing it, most men still don't even know how to do those things. And that's why I made it my purpose to teach men how to not only attract the women that they want to attract, but also how to maintain relationships with them, but then also how to become the best version of yourself. So it's no longer a game, right? It's just you are you and you are the best version of you, and that's why she's with you. That's something that I'm always been passionate about. And even since when I got canceled, when I lost a bunch of money, when I got banned on TikTok, I continue to keep doing it despite all of those things that were happening to me because it was something I was passionate about, something I believed in. That's a great question you should ask yourself if you ever feel like you don't know your purpose. A quote that David Dita from his book, The Way Superior Man, also wrote was, as you open yourself to living at your edge, your deepest purpose will slowly begin to make itself known. In the meantime, you will experience layer after layer of purposes, each one getting closer and closer to fullness of your deepest purpose. Even when I was younger, and even when I joined the Marine Corps, I was always leading. It wasn't because I was put in a position of leadership. I just was always naturally leading people. People just naturally always followed me. I was always the one to do something first despite it being unknown, despite it not being as popular. So even in high school, while most people were focused on doing homework, partying, whatever, I started a clothing brand. I started brands that meant something to me and other people. I started things that most people just weren't doing. And then once I started doing it, more people started to follow, more people started to do those things and be interested in it. But at first, it was just because I liked doing it. It's because this is something I was passionate about, something I believed in. And those little moments of leadership led to where I'm at now. The next test is the pull test. Why do you feel drawn even when it doesn't make sense logically? So this is something I also had to ask myself is, why am I continuing to keep making these videos and risk getting canceled or risk losing my bank accounts, risk getting banned everywhere for speaking the truth? I started to realize that the reason why I continue to keep doing these things is not because I'm not scared of those things happening. It's more of just because my purpose outweighs the consequences of doing my purpose. The consequences of me being rejected by society doesn't even feel as bad as if I weren't living my true purpose. The pain of me not doing what I'm most passionate about and what I'm most gifted in giving to the world hurts me more than the idea of people not liking me. And so even when it logically doesn't make sense to you, even if I'm losing money doing this thing, no matter what, it's something that I'm drawn to. It's something that I continue to keep doing despite it not making sense, right? Because for a long period of time, I was investing money from my other businesses to fulfill what I was doing with my podcasts, with my videos, and with my coaching company. And I still kept doing it because it was something that I was passionate about. So even when it logically didn't make sense, it was something I was so drawn to, I was just investing money into. And this is something you'll see in your own personal life as well. Outside of maybe your work or your regular job, your purpose is going to be something that you just want to do. Even if you feel tired, even if you feel drained after the day, even if you feel like, well, I don't have the money, but I'm going to find a way to do it, that's your purpose. That's the thing that is going to lead you to your purpose. And your purpose always changes, which is fine. But in this moment now, your purpose may lead into a bigger purpose. So at the time, I thought my purpose was serving the Marine Corps. At the time, I thought my purpose was starting that clothing brand or starting these businesses. I thought my purpose was to just get the Lambo. I thought my purpose was to just fuck all these hoes. I realized that even though I got all those things, there was still something drawing me back to creating videos, to creating podcasts, to coaching men, to giving advice and helping guys, because this is something that I love doing. This is something I would do even if I didn't have the money, if I didn't have these things, I would still keep doing it. Your purpose feels more magnetic and less rational. Maybe you're going to ask yourself why you're so obsessed with this thing, but that obsession is the clue. A good question you should ask yourself is, what do you find yourself talking about? What do you find yourself researching and learning about, or just developing your entire life around? For me, it was dating. It was learning about human nature, talking and understanding about people, why they do the things that they do. It wasn't making me money spending all this time talking about it. However, it was something I was passionate about. It was something that I was motivated to learn more about. These are things that you in your own life are going to start to figure out and understand as well. The third thing is the proof test. What gives you energy and power instead of draining you? This is really important because despite costing me money to do these events or to do certain things, I still do it because I love doing it. I love coaching guys. I love to see when guys have a huge breakthrough. I love to see when guys completely change their lives. And it actually gives me more energy seeing you guys get success in your dating life. It gives me more energy to see you guys dating that dream girl you guys have always wanted. More than me, getting with supermodels and making a bunch of money. I am more excited about a guy making his first $15,000 a month than me making $1 million in a day. Seeing that guy go from broke, literally making less than $1,000 a month, to making his first $15,000 in a few months of learning his new skill set that we helped him with at the event is super fucking amazing. And the guy who's watching this, congrats to you. It is very awesome to see you winning. And when I hear about these things, my team told me like, hey, this guy from the event, he's about to make his first $15,000. And I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Because before the event, before my coaching, before the things that he learned from me, he wasn't making any money. And now he's hopping in girls' G-Wagons that are picking him up. He's got girls, wanting to drive to him from all the way from LA to go see him. And if you guys went to the event, if you know, you know. And now he's about to make his first $15,000 in 1 month, which is absolutely fucking insane. That's another easy test you guys can do on yourselves to see if what your purpose actually is. Like, is that thing giving you more energy? Because most of you guys are being drained of your energy, drained by local white people, getting drained by a job you don't even like, getting drained by all of these things that don't actually give you energy. Your purpose is something that is going to give you energy, is going to give you power. When I'm talking to a guy and I'm on a coaching call with him and I see his eyes light up and he's like, holy fuck, you just changed my entire life in the first 15 minutes of talking to you. That's what gives me energy. That's what gives me power, is helping other men unlock the best version of themselves. And to me, it's kind of like being able to talk to a younger version of me. And that's why I love doing it so much. Because if I had someone like myself coaching me when I was younger, I'd be way farther ahead than I am now. So a simple question you could ask yourself is, after doing the thing, do you feel alive or empty? I know a lot of guys who love to edit videos, including myself, even though it doesn't really make sense for me to anymore. When we get in that grind state, or that flow state of editing a video, we could do it till 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And that's what makes us feel charged and pumped up. That's an example of your purpose. Or even when I was building websites, I could stay up till 3, 4 in the morning building websites because that was something I just loved doing. And I found a way to integrate my purpose with making money. So compare what is giving you energy, the things you can stay up super late doing, or the things that just feel like you're in a flow state and nothing can bother you, compared to your regular 9 to 5. That is your purpose. Test number 4 is the freedom test. If you already had $100 million in total freedom, would you still do this thing? This perfectly applied to me because I was like, well, I got the Lambo, I got the money, I got the girls, and I'm still finding myself creating videos, creating content, giving advice every single day inside of my Telegram simply because I just love fucking doing it. Even if I had a 9 to 5 job, I would still be doing this thing. Even if I was broke, I would still be doing this thing because I love it so much. That's how I truly realized that this is my purpose. Some of you guys may be questioning, I don't know what my purpose is. The easiest thing you do is ask yourself this question. If you had all the money in the world, money didn't matter, money didn't exist, and you had ultimate freedom to do whatever you want, where would you be? What would you be doing? Who would you be with? This is how you discover what you truly want in life. What ends up happening is so many people get distracted by how much money they need to have in order to do certain things. And when you have that mindset, it's actually what holds you back from achieving what you really want to achieve. And I can promise you right now, no matter how much money you get, if you're not doing what you're truly passionate about, if you're not doing what you're truly driven by, you're gonna feel lost. You're gonna feel purposeless as a man. That feeling as a man is one of the worst fucking feelings. So if you would still do it if you're rich, it's your purpose. Otherwise, you're doing it for survival. And my final favorite quote from The Way is Pure Man is, men who have lived significant lives are men who never waited, not for money, security, ease, or women. Feel what you want to give as a gift. Feel what you want to give most as a gift to your woman and to the world, and do what you can to give it every single day. Every moment waited is a moment wasted, and each wasted moment degrades your clarity of purpose. That's a quote from David Dita. That is a quote that I live by every single day. You can't wait for the right woman. You can't wait for the right opportunity. You can't wait for the money to do what you're most passionate about, to give to the world what your greatest gifts are. Start doing it today. There's no other better time. You need to start today, especially if you want to jump over those feelings of feeling lost. To get rid of all of those feelings, you have to take action. And even if it's simple as when you're afraid to go approach the girl, the second your feet start moving towards her and you're starting to talk to her, everything's okay now. It's like, okay, well, this wasn't actually that bad. Or even if you got rejected, you start to realize, okay, well, that wasn't that bad, right? Or even when you're not wanting to go to the gym, the second you're in the gym, you're lifting the weights, you're like, okay, well, I don't know why I was being so fucking lazy. So purpose isn't something you find, it's something you uncover. And it's been there since the beginning, buried under your fear, your comfort, and other people's opinions. So answer these 4 questions honestly to yourself, and you're going to remember who the hell you were before the world told you to forget. If you're watching me right now, it's not by accident. You're here for a reason. And maybe that reason is because you want to make more money. Maybe that reason is because you want to get better with girls. Maybe that reason is because you want to improve your lifestyle and your mindset overall as a man. Now, if you're not just all talk and you're actually serious about improving these areas of your life, you need to join the Telegram group chat. This is just part of the process if you want to get more successful with women. Every single guy that I've spoken to who has joined my broadcast channel, that is completely free, by the way, and has read my books, which is also completely free, by the way, has seen much more results in their dating life, in their business, in their brands, and just overall social circles.